everyone, I'm Thomas Häggström, Global Cloud Lead for Microsoft Azure at Fujitsu. And today I've got 5 tips for you to ignite your creative edge in your future work. I'm going to share with you some key discoveries we have made when helping companies all over the world adopt the Microsoft Cloud. You are going to pick up some great insights and fresh ideas of creative ways of working that will boost both your speed and your creativity. You'll see how you can add more value to your business and have more fun doing it. I'll be sharing some real-world examples of how companies have changed their approach from how things have always been done to more creative and innovative ways of working, like hackathons and Agile methodology. And we've got some of the industry's top people to talk about emerging technologies that will help you achieve more, like the Springboard framework for Microsoft Azure. So, to kick things off, I want to talk about Springboard. Frameworks and libraries are an integral part of modern software development. A typical software project includes tens, if not hundreds of libraries and takes advantage of multiple frameworks. Over the past couple of years, infrastructure as code has become the predominant way of managing all cloud infrastructure, not just the infrastructure built into software deployments. There are now some great resources to build on, like the enterprise-scale landing zones in the Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework. Let's hear from Siva Kayat from Microsoft, who is a real champion in helping customers adopt the cloud in the right way.
Thanks, Thomas, for your kind introduction. Hi everyone, it's great to be able to share with you how to accelerate your migration to Microsoft Azure with ease, helping to give you time back to focus on more creative outputs. The Azure Migration Program, AMP, is our hero motion. It's where we pull together all the aspects of a successful cloud journey and offer it as a systematic approach to our customer. The AMP program ensures that companies that decided to embrace the cloud make full use of our best practices, the latest guidelines and technology, and the best cloud partner to get the job done as smoothly and successfully as possible. The AMP program offers guidance, technical resource, some funding to offset the migration cost, and skilling to mitigate any knowledge gap. We are engaging through our advanced specialized migration partner to ensure our customer will have a successful and simple journey through the cloud. In the current market condition, one of the biggest blockers in our customer journey to the cloud is the associated cost. At Microsoft, we are constantly thinking of ways to support our customer and remove those blockers. We have invested heavily in making the cloud transformation as easy and cost-effective as possible. Some of the work that we did was around core elements, like the Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework and the Enterprise-Scale Landing Zone code-based offering. This helps customers follow a guided approach and avoid some of the potential challenge they might face in a migration project. In some cases, we are offering customers the opportunity to leverage our top partners for the work required for cloud adoption and to reduce some of their investment around planning, design, and implementation. Let's have a look how we and our top partners like Fujitsu are working together to help our joint customer to be successful. The landing zone is the central part of any cloud migration project. It's the purpose-built of configuration and design of the foundation Azure services, which all the customer workload and application will be migrated into it. Hence, the importance to make it right. The landing zone is the outcome of the upfront planning and design work involved in cloud migration. It's the most important factor affecting the quality of the resulting cloud environment, which in turn define how successful a company eventually will be with their cloud adoption. So I think we can agree that the landing zone is an important milestone in the delivery of any Azure project. It's the first milestone, and my team always validate the customer landing zone before giving the green light to proceed with the rest of the migration. Fujitsu have delivered numerous large-scale Azure customer migration through the AMP program. They use the Springboard for Azure Infrastructure as Code framework to design, build, and deploy the customer landing zone in Azure. My team that validates all the customer landing zone has been extremely impressed with the Springboard approach that Fujitsu used in cloud migration deliveries. We see how an infrastructure as code framework like Springboard really accelerate the creation of a quality landing zone, making the migration happen much quicker and ensuring the best possible quality in the end results. It reduced the cost of cloud adoption by reducing both the number of hours spent cutting the time needed from months to just days, and allow our customer to benefit from the cloud earlier. When the landing zone is defined and deployed using code, it also helps end customer with the capability to rapidly adapt to future change and migration of additional workload, and it helps our customer to reduce their cost. It really does springboard customer to Microsoft Azure and demonstrate the importance of innovative and creative partner to accelerate cloud adoption among our customer. Thank you.
Thank you, Siva. That was fantastic. As you can see, with Springboard, a lot of the power comes from building on the work of others and systematically following a well-laid-out path to cloud adoption. So, my first tip for the day is, don't spend your time reinventing foundational code components for infrastructure. Take advantage of a robust infrastructure as code framework that allows you to build and deploy value-adding solutions quickly. To be truly innovative, you need to look forward to the latest technologies and spend time experimenting with them. We have devoted a lot of time to exploring the potential of a succession of Microsoft Cloud solutions, and the latest in that long line is Azure Arc. I know my colleague Andrew Brabham at Fujitsu believes Azure Arc is a real game changer.
You're right, Thomas. I think Azure Arc is fantastic. But we didn't come to that opinion by accident or by reading what someone else thought. Critical for us was that we got involved straight away. Firstly through Microsoft's private preview program, and then continuing through public preview. We understood immediately that Azure Arc is a flexible tool that will allow organisations to simplify their control and management of solutions that span multiple distributed implementation scenarios. We could see it's a new technology that will change the way you operate, giving you different ways to develop solutions and enabling you to deploy the same product on premises and in the cloud. But it's only by spending the time experimenting with the technology that we understood how it can bring together best practices in terms of management and control, and also add benefits in areas like security, containers, and managing the provision of servers. We could practically see with policy-based security, Azure Arc allows organisations to take best practice developed in a cloud-only environment and deploy it directly across their whole IT estate. We worked with Azure Arc's single pane of glass to see information from the on-premises data centre alongside the cloud, on business-critical areas including cost, performance, compliance and security. This practical experience showed us how you will need to put in less effort and less investment, and that what you'll get out will be better quality. So now we believe Azure Arc will be at the centre of customer solutions, while they can use various different technologies enabled by Arc at the edge. This will open up further opportunities to innovate by connecting cloud-based services that need large capacity like machine learning and AI with parts of the customer solution that need to be located on premises for security or operational reasons.
Thanks, Andrew. I couldn't agree more with you. It's been great to get close to this fantastic new Microsoft solution. New technology development always open up a world of possibilities for creativity and productivity. Make sure you are ready at the leading edge to exploit them. My tip from all of this, if you want to keep innovating and creating in the future, take the time to explore the emerging technologies. Value the learning process, not just the outcome, and spend time playing with the tech to reimagine the world of possibilities. The time and effort you put in now will pay off many times over for years to come. Okay, so the way a lot of people see it, cloud is the answer. Now, what's the question? But cloud isn't always the silver bullet, and there are many scenarios where customers will need edge computing for a long time to come. For many retailers, for instance, it's vital to have compute capacity located close to their point of sale, so that customer orders will always go through no matter what the connectivity. In Belgium, managed service provider Hapbit has come up with an innovative solution to ensure that when McDonald's customers use their self-service kiosks in their restaurant, they always get to see and buy the whole product range without glitches.
At this moment, if technology fails at the McDonald's, they're not able to sell a hamburger anymore. So of course, there is a really need that any problem that is happening with the IT system on the customer-facing part, is that everything gets resolved really, really quickly. and Hapbit is helping out there with providing 4 hours resolution time everywhere in Belgium.
We've chosen the Fujitsu solution based on the Azure Stack hyperconverged infrastructure. It's an hyperconverged infrastructure, which means that it is a certified environment which is high available and which is also stamped by Microsoft as being compliant. Trust, I think, is the main driver today for the business we are in. Infrastructure becomes more and more commodity, and the only way of being different than your other partners is just to increase the service and have an amazing service.
One of the interesting things about this story is the involvement of multiple partners in the McDonald's solution ecosystem. Here, Hapbit have provided a lot of the creativity, and they really thought outside the box. But they also lean heavily on a powerful partner ecosystem. By using the latest Microsoft Intelligent Edge technology on PRIMEFLEX hardware, they were able to provide maximum availability and responsiveness, and to create a more engaging experience for their customers. So, my third tip is to get the most creative and appropriate solutions, find great partners to work with, and tap into a strong ecosystem. Wow, what a mix from the first 3 in our showcase. And we have 2 more to go. The next tip comes from one of our customers in the UK, Network Rail. Network Rail have reimagined the ways they set out to solve business problems and engage with their partners. Their approach is to use hackathons. Take a look at their story that was shared at our recent virtual event, Activate Now.
Just to give you some context what a hackathon is, I thought everyone knew this, but going into it, almost no one in Network Rail understood what it is. So you bring a big group of clever people together, you set them some challenges, and over 48 hours they work intensively on trying to solve your challenge or problem. There's a competition at the end and we pick a winner. The problem we threw out to the hackers at the Hackatrain event was all around using our LiDAR data we collect to automatically recognise some of our assets along the railway. And one of the competitors were head and shoulders above the rest. So after the event, we were able to work with Lewis and his colleagues to take the project forwards.
You can see there how some creative thinking right at the start of the process can make a huge difference to the way you develop your ideas and the way you engage with your whole ecosystem. It also shows that you don't have to follow traditional procurement procedures. Innovation doesn't happen in spreadsheets and Word documents. It's about skills, ideas, and problem solving. You can save yourself months of slogging through spreadsheets by bringing your partners in right at the start. And at the end of the process, you're likely to deliver a way better solution. So tip 4, reimagine the way you partner and procure so that you can really unleash your ecosystem's creativity. Well, I guess you know all about Agile methodology and about the benefits of using it in software development. But how do you think it would work in other areas of your business? ING has challenged the stereotypes of banking conservatism at the core to implement Agile working in every area of their business. How has that impacted creativity, you ask? My colleague Andrew Brabham has the story.
Thanks, Thomas. I'm sure you're all advocates of Agile. You've worked on Agile projects, you're used to your daily stand-ups, sprint planning sessions, and everything that goes with it. But ING's story is a great one of challenging and changing culture by pushing the use of Agile to the limit. Firstly, they empowered people at all levels in the organisation, gave them autonomy and ownership. The message was very clear. If anyone has a good idea, they get the chance to run with it, build a squad, and create an identity. People no longer had to just follow. They could design, create and operate, and hackathons kept the creativity flowing. One of the keys to ING's success in implementing Agile was the work they put into team building. And their results showed that Agile can be delivered by teams that don't have to be gathered in one physical location or even have a shared cultural background. When the pandemic came, ING squads showed that global virtual teams could work from home and even keep successfully onboarding new members. Microsoft Teams helped a lot in maintaining communication, with features like whiteboarding and document sharing, but squads also utilised Yammer to keep the community close-knit. A lot of the inspiration for ING came from born-in-the-cloud innovators like Spotify and Netflix. A goal was for their culture to feel more like a startup than a global corporate giant. They wanted people to feel empowered and have fun. As a result of all of this, there's been a huge change in the bank's culture. It's able to move faster in these uncertain times, and it's become a more attractive place for talented people to work.
Wow, what a great story. It's clear that ING have taken on a huge amount of change in a short time, both in technology and in culture. And a lot of the thinking behind those changes has come from the bottom up. And so, for my final tip for the day, look at Agile as a philosophy the whole workforce can buy into, and you'll help drive empowered development on a new level right across the company. Well, that concludes our session today on 5 takeaways to ignite your creative edge. Looking back on the showcase, we can see that creativity really can come from any stages in any program. Here is a recap of our 5 tips. Tip 1. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use a springboard to fast-track your cloud adoption. Tip 2. Follow and play with the new emerging technology so that you can reimagine the solutions. Tip 3. Stand on the shoulders of giants by tapping into strong ecosystems. Tip 4. Reimagine the way you partner and procure so that you can really unleash your ecosystem's creativity. And tip 5. Champion Agile as a philosophy the whole workforce can buy into, and you'll help drive empowered development on a new level right across the company. If you'd like to know more about any of these stories we've shared today, you'll find them in the resources section. Now, that's all for today. I invite you to connect with me on LinkedIn to share ideas to ignite our creative edge. Thanks for watching. I'm Thomas Häggström. See you next time.